Good evening, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I'm back to you with yet another video today for your Bitcoin and Ethereum analysis. So earlier today, we did do a video on Chainlink. If you did miss that, please go ahead and check it out. Very, very useful. A lot of things that you could learn even if you're not trading Chainlink actively. So I do have Krisha sitting right next to me over here. She's not going to be... I was about to say she's not going to be talking much. And okay, go ahead, Krisha. Give your hellos to the Mango community.
No, just what's up.
Just what's up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she's just going to tag along and give her opinion every now and then when we ask for it. Alright, so the reason she's sitting next to me actually is because we are in trades and we are actively managing it together. She's sitting here with her laptop in her trades, and yeah, this video is going to have to be a shorter one, guys, because I'll have to run very, very quickly if I have to go manage my trade. But hey, I always say that, and these videos always end up being 25 35 minutes long. Let's try and keep it short this time. So we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. As you can see, it is at the top of the chart, as it usually is, top of the list on the dashboard, and Ethereum is on the second position on the list. Again, guys, the dashboard is live. If you guys did not hear the announcement or aren't aware, you can find it at, what is it again, Krisha?
Get dashboard, mangoresearch.co/get dashboard. Get hyphen dashboard.
Yeah, so mangoresearch.co/get hyphen dashboard. So that hyphen stands for a dash. FYI. Okay, so let's get going with our analysis. So as you guys may have noticed, everything has kind of dropped in value in terms of returns over here. Bitcoin was sitting at around a 25% return since the long signal was given on the dashboard. I think Ethereum was sitting at around 34. Well, you guys may have all been watching over the past few hours. Bitcoin took a nice little dip. I did take a trade off that. I'll be talking about that today in this video. Ethereum also taking a very, very nice dip, and I did not take a trade off that, but I tried and I missed it. But let's see what we can get out of that for the rest of the day. Let's start with Bitcoin first. Alright, so you have Bitcoin on the weekly, and these levels are really, really easy to mark. You guys, most of you who have been watching Mango for a while now probably know how to mark these. If you guys are on the C program, you guys definitely know how to mark these levels. As you can see, Bitcoin poking nicely into this major weekly level over here, 9,350 and 9,555, seeing a nice rejection as of now. Remember, this week has a long time to go. We may very well give it another try and close above. For all you know, Bitcoin has been surprising everybody for the past, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of green candles, right? I remember somebody saying, hey, Bitcoin has never done more than 4 or 5 weeks of green, and it's likely we're going to see a dump. And yeah, I don't think that's the best way to be trading, and this is a really, really good example of why. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off our horizontals for now, and I do want to show you guys the Ichimoku cloud. Let's actually turn on the Ichimoku, just the Ichimoku. This is not it. Where's my B right over there? Okay, so here we have the Ichimoku, and you can see that Bitcoin coming in very, very nicely, testing the top of the cloud, right, and seeing that rejection. Now the question is, do we see a close underneath the Kijun this week, or do we see a close above the Kijun? If we do see a close above the Kijun, currently sitting at around 8,880-ish, 8,827. In that case, Krisha, what do you think? Do you think we give it another try for the top of the cloud, 9,500?
I'm not sure. I mean, we have about 3 to 4 days left on this candle. I mean, we could close over the Kijun given the current momentum, right? But we could also see a close below the Kijun. So I don't know. It could go either way at this point. It's hard to tell.
So if we do close underneath the Kijun, what do you think we do?
I think we're gonna have a retest of that 21 EMA.
21 not the Tenkin?
No, I think the 21 EMA is above the Tenkin, if I'm not wrong. So I will be expecting a retest of that, and then if it breaks the 21, then of course the 10K. It's always like, you know,
if this then that.
If this then that.
So one level at a time, eh?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So if you guys had simply just played the mango ribbon and turned on only your Tenkin and your Kijun, you'd have had a really, really nice trade off this, right? And this is why we were paying so much importance to the Tenkin. Look at that, guys. As soon as we closed over the Tenkin, it just shot up here for your C-span trade, right? All the way from 7,300-ish to 8,803. Now,
it was a high probability trade because it took back the Tenkin as well as the 21 EMA.
Yeah, so Krisha is saying high probability trade, not only because it is, because she's sitting smug here in her trade all the way from 7,750 and she's enjoying herself right now while everybody's panicking on this move. All the late longers who panicked on this move are now like dumping their positions. Krisha's sitting nicely stress-free, doing it the easy way, doing it the mango way, because she's sitting 7,700, right, Krisha?
I took profits at the Kijun as well as halfway between the Kijun and the Cloud. I think I mentioned that on the seed chat.
8,800 is where you took, and somewhere around here.
Yes.
See,
9,100.
That's something I wouldn't have done if I had such a nice position. I likely would have just kept holding on to this trade. But as you guys know, I am sitting on the sidelines in terms of trend trades until the halving is complete and done with. For now, I'm just taking range trades and jumping on opportunities when they do show themselves. And I did take a trade on this dip that we had over here at 8,550-ish. And why 8,550-ish? Why was I looking at that level? Well, two reasons. The Tenkin coming in right over there, 8,560-ish. And the mango vine was actually screaming, hey guys, get ready for a dump right over here, right? Flashing yellow. And what do you know, soon after we see the dump. If you actually turn on your horizontals, you could have really, really had that confluence across multiple indicators, right? Seeing that rejection on our weekly levels. So as soon as you see this with a nice wick, rejection wick, and not being able to close above this level over here at 9,303 along with the mango vine flashing yellow, you could have taken a shot if you wanted to, but you guys know that's not my style. I don't like playing against the trend unless I see way more things line up, and even in that case I'll be taking a half position. But what I can do is wait for the pullback and try for a quick bounce play, right? And that's what I did. So if we do turn on the mango ribbon again right over here, we're going to see that we saw the rejection, saw the mango vine flash yellow, saw the move all the way down to 8,555. Just place your bid, and this is a high probability trade as well, right? This is why we love the Ichimoku levels so much. They give us good trades, and you just keep taking them over and over again, and in the long run you do win out, right? That's why you look for confluence across multiple indicators, guys. All right, so what else do I want to talk about? That's pretty much it for Bitcoin. Krisha, is there anything else we should talk about? Well, oh yeah, of course, the monthly. We are about to close a month. That's one of the other reasons why I'm being so cautious, right? This monthly candle looks freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Krisha?
That's an engulfing candle.
Yep. And look at where we came and tested, right?
Yeah.
That is a monthly level as well, 9,350. We did shoot up to, I think, 9,500, right? And for me, my targets, I've been trading Bitcoin in and out, and I did take another trade on the lower time frames on the 1 hour earlier this morning. As you guys know, in the seed chat we were talking about, it was a really easy trade. That was a really easy trade and shot up really quickly to my target around 9,000. My target was 9,300. I took my profits at 9,256. I'm not taking any chances with this kind of momentum. We could see a dump at any moment, as you guys saw a dump last couple of hours, right? But I could have held on, right? I could have held on and had way more. Like, where did I take my profits? Well, not that much more, but look at this. It feels like, it's not, I took my profits here, right? But we went up another $200 after that, even though it seems like nothing over here because of the momentum Bitcoin has had. And now I'm going to trade again over here, 8,537. I've already taken profits, half profits actually, and I'm waiting to see whether I should be taking the rest. By the end of the day, I will be closing out the rest of the position. I'm not interested in holding while I sleep, not interested in holding at all while I sleep. I'm willing for Bitcoin to like take its time, even go up further, and me not be in the trade. And I do want to talk about this, guys. If you guys are holding Bitcoin, there's no reason to FOMO into the trade. You are already making money every tick Bitcoin goes up, right, Krisha?
Yep.
it took us a while to understand that when we started off trading, right, we do not need to capture. It's not about your buy price. It doesn't matter whether you really buy at 7,700 or you buy at 8,777, right? It doesn't really matter. What matters is whether you are buying into resistance and the amount of percent you capture. So let's say Krisha captures 8% of a 40% move, okay, but she didn't long from 6,600, right? So let's go 7,700. So let's say she captures a move of 20%, right? It doesn't matter whether you guys capture this move from 7,700 to 9,400, or you capture a move from here to, let's go now 20%, to 10,535. It is the same amount of Bitcoin you are going to make on a leverage trade. What matters more is, are you getting a good trade opportunity? So she bought when her system triggered, everything lined up, and she was feeling confident. She wasn't playing with emotions. If you're buying at these levels over here at the top, you are definitely playing with emotions, guys, because you just don't want to miss out. You're looking at everything tick and you're like, oh my God, I want in. But does it, like, what edge do you have? You're playing against a weekly resistance that's 3% edge, right? What you need to be thinking at all times is, what move can I capture? Don't look at the numbers on the side, guys. It's irrelevant, okay? The only time you should be looking at the numbers at the side, you should never be, but if you want to look at the numbers on the side over here and make a decision, look at it in terms of the monthly and be like, this thing is going somewhere to like 100,000, 300,000, right? So all of this is irrelevant to me, right? That's the move you're looking for in that case. You don't want to be, because then it doesn't matter whether you buy here. It is irrelevant. This is not financial advice at all. I'm being very, very crude and general in how I explain this. I hope you guys get the idea. So, Krisha, now that we are back on the monthly, look at this over here, 10 SMA coming in at 8,564.
I think if it closes over those levels for the next monthly close, do you think we could get up to the monthly Kijun? Where is that sitting at?
9,950-ish.
There we go.
9,932 to be exact.
But I do believe there's like an upper trend line coming in that everyone's like looking at, including myself actually.
I'm not looking at that.
Yeah,
so
what about you? What are you looking for in terms of the monthly close? What do you think, with the current momentum on the chart?
So what did I see? What did I say in the seed chat this morning? I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin actually closes underneath 8,550, and that's another reason why I was looking for a long on that position over there, because in the first test you're likely to see a defense, and that's another reason why I already took profits, because there's a very, very good chance that we close underneath 8,550. This morning when I suggested that, a few people were a little surprised. Why? Because Bitcoin was already sitting at 9,500, right? It's $1,000 away. But now, is it really that unreasonable to have Bitcoin close, or would it be that shocking rather to have Bitcoin close underneath 8,564?
No, not at all.
No,
not
right?
At all.
So if we do close underneath that, we'll be closing underneath the monthly Tenkin, the monthly 10 SMA, and then in that case, Krisha, perhaps a retest of the
21
EMA, which is 7,371, right? So then that would sit in line with your theory of it testing the weekly 21 EMA as well, right? So wicking onto the monthly 21 EMA, closing over the weekly 21 EMA, we could look for a trade like that. So let's just wait. Let's just wait for this monthly to close, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
What would you consider a bullish close, and what would you consider a bearish close on the monthly?
Anything over 7,372 is bullish to me. So over here, this is all just a bonus, right? This is all a bonus. We've had a nice extended move, primarily because there have been so many bears, Bitcoin haters, who have just held on to their shorts this entire time and just kept adding fuel to this move to the upside, right? They kept shorting, just being so stubborn. And this is very similar to what we saw during this breakout, right? 3,000.
Yeah.
People being so stubborn, and you're seeing the same emotion. You're seeing anger.
You're seeing anger.
You're seeing anger, and it's surprising. Some of the YouTube comments too are so funny. But and again, all of it reminds me of what happened in 3,000 level. Guys, if you've been following Mango, you have probably noticed that we don't care, right, whether Bitcoin is bullish or bearish. We have lines in the sand that we draw, and we're like, okay, we are bullish above this level, we are bearish underneath this level. That's how you should be playing it. You shouldn't attach any emotion. You shouldn't be on one camp or the other camp. You shouldn't be a bull or a bear. You should just be like, hey, I want to make money, or hey, I want to make Bitcoin, right? So while we were underneath the 21 EMA, I was thinking to myself, I want to make money, right? I want to make money. Now, it doesn't matter whether that money is in Bitcoin or USD, right? It depends on how my strategy allows me to play it in terms of split. As soon as we start closing above the 21 EM on the monthly, I'm going back to my bull mode, Sean, where all I care about is Bitcoin, right? And now I want to make Bitcoin, right? And it doesn't matter whether I'm making it on the downside or the upside. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. I was supposed to keep it short, but hey, there you go, I failed again. So let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum. I do want to start with Ethereum on the weekly as well. So I did take a trade on Ethereum, and the trade was from 201. It was actually based off the weekly levels, guys. I got in around $201, but the real good trade would have been at 188. I'm not sure if any of you got that trade, but here, same trade that Bitcoin had. C-span trade from the Tenkin to the Kijun. Ethereum had the trade, gave you the proper retest. Bitcoin, if you go back onto it for a quick second, we didn't get the retest, right, of the weekly Tenkin after we closed over it. We just shot up, and which is why I really like the, if you hide the 21 EMA, you can see how neat it is. Going back to Ethereum, you'll see it gave us a neater trade, closed above, tested, and went up to the Kijun. Now, I missed that 189 trade, of course, but I did take my trade based on the lower time frames. And okay, so it was a trade based off the low time frames, but based off the monthly, right? I used the low time frames to get an entry, because sometimes you're not going to get the retest after you missed it. So here was the retest. You guys can see right over here on this candle 189. I missed it. So what did we start doing right after? You can see, oh, I probably have my horizontals. Nope, I don't have it here. So you can see that we pretty much were putting in a consolidation in this structure, right? And now there were two ways you could play it. You could have waited for a candle close above this horizontal here, which would have been fine, and I was watching that. As soon as we closed above, I was very tempted to get a position around 199, 198, but I waited a little bit first to take out these wicks over here at 209. As soon as we did that, I got my position in, and what do you know, it looks like a lot of people are watching the same thing, Krisha, because woof, like instantly rewarded for that trade. And this is the kind of thing that happens with Ethereum, where you get instantly rewarded and you get punished very, very soon after. And I've been on the receiving end of waiting out on a position like this and then getting dumped on very, very quickly, not having a chance to take profits. This time, however, I did take profits because I have felt the pain of not taking profits on Ethereum in the past. And why did I take profits? Weekly Kijun, very, very easy trade. Now, I did try to get the same trade yet again, and I did miss it. I was trying to be a little greedy, and I put my bid near the horizontal right over here on the blue line. Krisha, do you see it?
Yep. Right,
and what do you know? I should have been looking at these red horizontals over here instead. I shouldn't have got so greedy, and that would have been a nice bounce play. What percent would have we gotten? That would have been a good 6%. Hey, it is what it is, though. I am not interested in looking at the theme right now. Tomorrow I will take a fresh look at this trade. This kind of thing makes you want to chase a trade, and it's better to just walk away sometimes and come back to it when you're not feeling that FOMO, that feeling of missing out. And hey, today was a really, really good day. I made money on Bitcoin. Like, I took two good trades on Bitcoin, took a nice Chainlink BTC trade that I am still in. Should I go ahead and give an update to you guys on that? I do have the tab here. So yeah. Do you guys remember how I talked about I am a little bit hesitant about holding on to this Chainlink BTC trade because BTC was showing weakness, showing resistance, right? What do you know? That was this morning before Bitcoin had its dump, and Bitcoin had its dump, and Link actually started bouncing to the upside. I'm like, there you go, there's the bounce. But Link not seeing that follow through, not showing weakness even still. So I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to hold on to see how this plays out. I'll watch it, but I'll hold on to it. Okay, going back to Ethereum now. Weekly levels. Where do we see Ethereum go from here? Well, Krisha, what are your thoughts? Let me hide all the horizontals.
I think the weekly close is going to dictate. I believe that Ethereum plays very, very well off of the weekly levels. So for a bullish case, I will be looking for Ethereum to close over 211.
Ooh.
And then if we have that, I am anticipating a move to 248.
I remember you telling me, I think it was a couple of days ago, if we close a daily above 211, we are likely to see a follow through. And yeah, I wasn't watching that, but it does seem like an important level right over here.
Yeah,
We do
I think it holds even more importance on the weekly time frame.
Yep.
What about you? What are you looking for?
Well, I'm keeping it simple with Ethereum, to be honest. In the past I've complicated it with Ethereum, and okay, let me tell you why I'm keeping it simple with Ethereum. Let's go back onto the daily time frame. I'm going to turn on these horizontals, and these horizontals, Krisha, are the horizontals that I've drawn while teaching one of the modules in Seed all the way back in August. Okay, and Ethereum has been playing off these horizontals up to today. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. So I said, I'm not going to overcomplicate anything. I'm just going to keep it as is. Look at that. We closed above, tested it, and now we went up to the top of the range. Yes, over here we gave it up almost immediately, closed above, closed underneath, and went to the bottom of the range, right? It's still working. Then we closed above again, went to the top of the range, right? So I'm just watching this and using it in confluence with the weekly cloud. Simple. I'm keeping it very simple, and yeah, I don't want to overcomplicate Ethereum because I want to be able to take my profits and get in, get out until I catch a good trend trade. So those are my thoughts. Ethereum, in my opinion, needs to start putting in high lows and high highs on the BTC chart. Until it starts doing that, look at this. Have you been watching this? Look at this. Every test of the Kijun has been getting rejected, which is why I'm keeping an eye on the weekly Ichimoku, the weekly mango ribbon. Okay. Guys, you guys should have the same settings that I do. If you guys have access to the mango ribbon, it's completely free. Use the link down below and you will get access. And look at the trades you're getting off this, right? If you do take long trades, you can simply close the Kijun on every test, and it's been working on at BTC as well as at USD. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As soon as we start doing something like, look at this box right over here. As soon as we start doing something like this, right, that's when I'm really interested in holding on to ETH longs for the long term. For now, however, we are still putting on a low high, but we do have a higher low here, so we might be putting in asymmetrical triangle. We might be putting in a symmetrical triangle. Let's keep an eye out for that, because we have low, higher low, high, lower high, so it's kind of like a squeeze, right? We have it going into a weekly compression, consolidation before the impulsive move, but the impulsive move could be down, right, or up. But impulsive move being down does not necessarily mean ETH/USD dumps. It could mean that Bitcoin is just going nuts. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. And do I need to cover anything else, Kusha, or did I get it all?
I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up. We're at major weekly levels on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and we're 2 weeks out from the halving.
Yep, 2 weeks away. So I'm not sure if they can hear you, Kusha. You're gonna have to come closer to the mic. But I'm looking at the chart over here on Ethereum. I can go ahead and talk about this quickly. As for targets towards the downside on the lower time frames, if we do start closing underneath the Tenkin, that's not going to be a good look, but it's not a death sentence. Closing underneath the 21 EMA is going to be bad. As soon as we start closing over the Kijun, however, underneath the Kijun rather, I'm going to be looking for a move down over here. First target 182, and then eventually all the way down to 167. That's going to mean a reversal for me if we actually do start breaking into this zone over here, essentially the breakout point. If we lose the Kijun, it's going to line up with us losing the breakout point of this move all the way up to 226. As of now, this is just volatility that you're seeing on both coins, Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, and they pretty much are giving me the same trades. If you go on to the 1 hour, this was a nice move on Bitcoin towards the downside. You should be having a plan ready to buy these dips when Bitcoin is trending so aggressively on the lower time frames. Eventually it's going to lose that lower time frame trend, take out all the stops, because everybody's placing, people do that, right? Trail the stops, trail the stops, trail the stops, trail the stops. What happens when you see a massive wick like this or massive move down? You're seeing all those liquidations get triggered, all the stop losses get triggered, and yeah, that's how you get the good trade opportunities to the upside. All right, so that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Sean and her name is
Krisha.
We'll see you in the next video. Bitcoin closing over the 1 hour. Probably see a test of 9,007, maybe, perhaps. See you soon.